Hello and welcome back to Easy Daily English.
Hi everyone, we are so happy you are here with us today.
Hi everyone, I'm Julia, your co-host. We're super excited about today's episode because it's something every English learner faces the struggle of thinking in English, but not being able to speak it fluently.
Yes, we've all been there. You know what you want to say, but the words just don't come out easily. It's like your brain is full of English thoughts, but your mouth is stuck.
Exactly. So today, we're going to talk about how you can move from thinking mode to speaking mode. In other words, how to take the English that's already in your head and actually say it out loud with confidence.
In this episode, we'll share real tips, personal stories, and simple strategies to help you speak English more naturally and without fear. Whether you're just starting or trying to improve your fluency, this conversation is for you.
And don't worry, we're keeping everything beginner-friendly. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, relax, and let's explore how to turn your English thoughts into real conversation.
Ready, Julia?
Ready, Jason?
All right. Let's start with something that every English learner goes through, and that's the thinking trap. You know, when you understand English, you can read it, maybe even write it, but when it's time to speak, your mind just goes blank.
Oh yes, it's so common. Many learners tell me, I know what I want to say, but I can't say it fast enough. Or they say, I keep translating from my native language in my head, and then I get confused.
Exactly. That's the trap. Your brain is doing too much translating, searching for the right words, checking grammar, and by the time you're ready to speak, the moment has passed.
I remember one of my students who could write beautiful English essays, but in class, when I asked her a simple question like, "How was your weekend?" she would freeze. She had the answer in her mind, but she couldn't switch into speaking mode quickly.
I've seen that too. And here's the truth. It's not because you're bad at English. It's because your brain is still operating in thinking mode. That means you're planning and processing, but not yet comfortable expressing those thoughts out loud.
And that's totally okay. It's part of the learning journey. But if you don't work on moving from thinking to speaking, you'll stay stuck. You'll keep waiting until you're perfect. And guess what? That moment never comes.
So today, we want to help you break out of that cycle. We'll show you how to practice speaking in a way that feels natural, even if you make mistakes. Because fluency isn't about being perfect, it's about being active with your English.
Yes, speaking is a skill, and like any skill, it gets easier the more you use it. Even small steps like speaking one sentence out loud every day can help you move from thinking mode to speaking mode.
And now that we understand the problem, let's talk about why thinking in English matters so much and how it can lead to fluency. So now that we understand the challenge, let's talk about something really important, why thinking in English actually matters.
Yes, this is a big one. Many learners don't realize that their native language is slowing them down not because it's bad, but because it creates a barrier. When you think in your own language and then try to translate into English, it takes time, and it creates hesitation.
Exactly. It's like having two steps instead of one. First, you think in your language, then you try to change it into English. But if you start thinking directly in English, your words can come out more smoothly and naturally.
Let's try a quick example. Jason, I'll say a sentence in English and you imagine translating it from your native language. Ready? I went to the store to buy some fruit.
All right. So first, I think of that sentence in my own language. Then I try to translate it word by word. It's slow. And sometimes the grammar is different or I get stuck on one word, like fruit.
Exactly. Now imagine if you already had that sentence ready in English because you thought of it that way. Much faster, right?
So much faster. And that's the goal. When you think in English, You reduce the delay between your thoughts and your words. You become more fluent, not just in grammar, but in real communication.
Also, thinking in English helps you train your brain. You start to see the world in English, what you're doing, what you want to say, how you feel. This makes speaking much more natural over time.
Right. It's like building a mental environment where English becomes part of your daily life. And here's the cool part. You don't have to be perfect. You can start small. Even if you think simple thoughts like, I am drinking water, or the sky is blue, that's already progress.
And the more you do it, the easier it becomes to speak without fear. Your brain and mouth start working together. That's when you move from thinking mode into speaking mode.
Exactly. So if you're listening right now, and you've been translating everything in your head, don't worry. You're not alone. But from today, try thinking in English, even with short, simple ideas.
Yes, and coming up next, we're going to show you how to switch from thinking mode to speaking mode step by step.
All right. Now let's get into the heart of the topic. How do you actually switch from thinking mode to speaking mode? What does that process look like?
Good question. Thinking mode is when you're silently planning everything in your head, choosing the right words, checking grammar, worrying about mistakes. But speaking mode is more like flowing with the conversation, not overthinking each word.
Yes. In thinking mode, you're in preparation mode. You're preparing to speak, but you're not actually speaking. And guess what? The only way to move into speaking mode is to start speaking, even if you're not 100% ready.
Exactly. It's like jumping into a pool. You can think about swimming all day, but you won't really learn until you get in the water.
That's a great analogy. So, here's a good first step. Start with short sentences out loud. Let's say you're making breakfast. Just say, I am cooking eggs, or I need a spoon. These simple sentences help your brain practice speaking without pressure.
Yes, and it's important to say them out loud, not just in your head. When you speak out loud, your brain connects your thoughts to your mouth. That's how fluency starts to grow.
And don't worry about grammar being perfect. Focus on expression, not perfection. For example, if you say, I go store yesterday, that's okay. What matters is that you're using your voice and trying to express yourself.
Absolutely. Mistakes are part of the process. The more you speak, the more your brain will self-correct over time. That's the power of practice.
Another tip is to speak without waiting for someone to talk to you. Many learners think they can only practice with a partner. But actually, you can create your own speaking environment.
Yes, you can describe what you're doing, talk to yourself in the mirror, or even make up a pretend conversation. Like, imagine you're at a coffee shop. Hi, can I have a cappuccino, please? Sure. Small or large? Large, please. Thank you.
I love that. You're training your brain to respond, not just to think. And with repetition, it gets easier. Suddenly, your mouth knows what to say without needing to plan everything.
And one more thing, don't rush. Speaking mode doesn't mean speaking fast. It means speaking freely. Even if you speak slowly, that's fine. The goal is flow, not speed.
Right? It's all about building confidence. When you shift from thinking to speaking, you're building a bridge between what you know and how you use it.
Coming up next, we'll share some easy strategies you can use every day to practice your speaking even if you don't have a partner.
Stay with us! Now that we know why thinking in English matters and how to start switching into speaking mode, let's talk about something really useful, simple strategies you can use every day to practice speaking mode, even if you're alone.
Yes. And the good news is, these strategies don't require a classroom or even a partner. You can do them anywhere at home, on a walk, while doing chores. Let's jump into the first one.
All right. Strategy number 1. Talk to yourself. It may sound strange, but it's super effective. Just describe what you're doing out loud in English. For example, I am brushing my teeth. Now I'm getting ready for work. I need to buy milk later. It builds fluency without any pressure.
I love that one. And here's strategy number 2, shadowing. This means you listen to a native speaker, maybe from a YouTube video, podcast, or movie, and you repeat what they say immediately, trying to match their tone and speed.
Right. It trains your mouth to move like a native speaker's. At first, it might feel fast or difficult, but with practice, it really improves your pronunciation and rhythm.
Okay, next strategy 3, record yourself speaking. This is powerful. You pick a topic, speak for 1 or 2 minutes, and record it on your phone. Then you listen back. It helps you hear your strengths and find areas to improve.
And don't be too critical of yourself. Just listen like a friend. You'll be surprised how much progress you can track over time.
Exactly. Now, strategy 4, use voice apps or AI tools. There are apps that let you practice speaking with voice recognition, or even AI chatbots that respond to you in English. They're available 24/7 and are great for practicing conversations.
Some apps even correct your pronunciation or suggest better words. It's like having a personal coach in your pocket.
All right, last one, strategy 5. Daily speaking challenges. Set a small speaking goal for yourself every day. For example, speak about your day for 1 minute. Pretend you're ordering food at a restaurant. Explain how to cook your favorite dish. Just one topic, one short moment, every single day.